Despite of the family fortune, 21-year-old Hanif likes the finer things in life.
I love jewellery. I love sort of diamonds and some rubies and gold, a lot of gold. So this jacket's really cool. I think it's Alexander McQueen. I have a lot of watches. Blue Breitling, and this watch is about 33,500. You know, all this bling and rings on me. I've got 4 of this one. A lot of it is a good investment, but different straps, obviously.
Hanif tops up his trust fund by investing on the stock market.
Primarily, I would say I'm a currency and commodities trader. A lot of people would say it's very immoral. The stock market has to go down a lot. A lot of people have to lose jobs. For me to make a bit, someone has to lose a lot of money.
Wealthy Hanif doesn't have much experience of life at the other end of the spectrum.
Where I live in Norfolk, there's absolutely no homeless people.
But he has strong opinions on it.
So I think a lot of homeless people are lazy due to the fact that they've probably given up on life.
For Hanif, homelessness is a matter of class.
Hardly anyone is going to be homeless if they've been brought up in the right environment. You're a lot less likely to stay on the streets if you're well educated.
For the next 3 nights, well-heeled Hanif is swapping Cartier for cardboard and will be living rough in Camden. In just 1 year, the number of people living on the streets here has rocketed by almost 650%. Camden is now host of the 3rd largest homeless community in England. It couldn't be further from Hanif's gilded lifestyle. But just an hour into his life on the streets, the siren call of fried chicken proves too much to ignore.
Oh, hi. I've recently turned homeless. If there's possibly any way that you could spare small fries or some light chicken.
And Hanif draws a distinction between begging for cash and begging for food.
Oh, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much.
Any sauce or anything?
If I possibly have some ketchup.
Eating is now Hanif's #1 priority.
I never would have thought someone would just give me free food. I don't think I'd let my employees just go ahead and give out free food. I've got my food. Like, my next priority is eat my food and go to sleep. I can see a homeless person, well, what I make out as a homeless person over there. I'm just going to go tell him that I've recently become homeless, and if he could give me any sort of tips on where I could maybe sort of get shelter. I'm a bit apprehensive. It's the first homeless person I've ever gone up to. Oh, hi. I'm new to the streets, and I just wanted to know if there's any sort of advice that you could give me on how to sort of stay warm and that sort of thing. Yeah, I've stepped in quite a few puddles. Okay, no problem. Thank you, though. Just then I felt very unsafe. I would have thought there was a bit more camaraderie. I think they were confused that I was homeless. These clothes are very clean. I'm not quite rugged enough yet. I think it's going to be a lot more challenging trying to mix with fellow homeless people.
So for tonight, Hanif is on his own and must find somewhere to bed down.
There does seem to be some cardboard over here. This cardboard is quite soaked there. I'm going to take this with me. It's still going to be nicer than the cold floor. I think here is quite a decent place to set up for the night.
Hanif has decided on a pitch just off the high street. It's a particularly wet corner, close to a pub.
It is quite embarrassing doing this. I've had no training for making beds outside or anything like that. I bought a luxury tent once. I don't feel like I'm too far out for people to trip over me. Yeah, I think for now it's okay. I'm really starving. I feel incredibly vulnerable right now. This is my house. Everyone can come in my house. It's a horrible feeling.
Being in a homeless hotspot doesn't guarantee a prime position.
There's a really strong smell of urine around me. It's definitely very unpleasant. And it's kind of putting me off the chips a little bit, I have to say.
Despite ample opportunity this evening, Hanif has failed to look for a job.
There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But he's happy to celebrate small victories.
And just like that, I made £1. I kind of need to go to sleep now, to be honest. Oh, I'm so tired. Bloody hell, this is so weird. It sort of just dawned on me now that I don't know how I'm going to get any sleep.
What were you thinking about?
My bed.
Hanif's first full day on the streets gets off to a slow start.
That was definitely the worst night's sleep I've ever had in my life. I saw a small rat scurrying around near my sleeping bag. I'm so tired, so cold. This is definitely a much harder experience than I had anticipated. And it's only the first night. Now I'm just sort of on the hunt for food. I think I might go and try that place over there.
Once again, Hanif's master plan, to work for food in order to get off the streets, is put on hold.
Yeah, good, thanks. I've basically just recently turned homeless, and I was just wondering if there's any possible way that you could maybe give me some free sort of nibbles or food. Thanks so much. So I just got myself a warm slice of pizza. I haven't had any warm food for quite a while now. I'm not actually a huge fan of pizza. Last time I was in London and I was getting a pizza, it had truffles all over it, and so it's a tiny bit different, and I wasn't eating it with my hands.
With his hunger finally satisfied, Hanif can now focus on his master plan.
So the plan of attack now is to head to King's Cross. Time is definitely ticking for me to find a job. The sort of job I'm looking for, it's inevitably going to be manual. Yeah, I'd rather be doing that than begging for money.
But Hanif is drawing unwelcome attention.
You have a letter from Connections or the Spectrum saying that you're really homeless, because I don't recognise you at all. I've never seen you. And I'm homeless in London a long time.
Have you been to King's Cross?
Yeah, I know everybody.
Right.
Yeah, and I've never ever seen you.
This is my second night on the streets.
Well, that's why then.
Yeah.
The man is one of the people Hanif approached last night.
You look like you actually fell off of, like, I don't know, the Marks and Spencer's crate into the pavement. You sound like it as well.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
So the little chat there was very confrontational. It wasn't particularly friendly at all.
London.
I'm Hanif.
Yes, I meet you both.
Yeah.
How long you've been
I've had one night on the street so far. So I was absolutely freezing last night. I managed to find some cardboard.
Yeah.
I put it down.
Oh, that's cardboard. Well, if you ain't got cardboard underneath,
yeah,
you're free.
Got a blanket, sleep on top of your blanket.
And that's not the only advice these men have for Hanif.
Oh, yeah, see there? It's on the blue door.
Yeah.
Right, you go in there.
Yep.
You can have a shower, change your clothes, tea and coffee.
Well, I can have a shower now, can I?
Just as it looks like Hanif's luck is in,
just so you're aware, we've seen that the guy who wasn't happy
I'll go in
he's
there.
gone in there.
Right.
And he says, if I see you again, I'm going to stab you.
Well, you do get some
Yeah, lovely, yeah.
nutty people, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
the crew step in to get Hanif away.
Just then I felt very unsafe. It's a very strange feeling, having someone threaten you. These people, they've got literally nothing to lose. I am definitely going to approach people with a bit more caution now, just in case they do want to sort of lash out and stab me. It's starting to dawn on me that the streets are a dangerous place.